Welcome. In some denominations, you'd make a trip to the pastor's study for answers to the really tough questions. Well, let's see what we can do here. Hi. Merry meet, blessed be. I'm Aidan Odinson, or Bishop Cal, depending on how you know me. And welcome to yet another session in a very different pastor's study. And yeah, I decided to wear my pastor clothes today. We're going to be discussing something appropriate for that. Now, I was just reading up on my notes for an episode of The Secrets in Plain Sight that I'm getting ready to tape. And there's something in there that, well, I thought would be a good part for this. I don't mind saying the same thing twice, or better yet, using one forum to expand on what I said in another forum, especially expanding on one part of something that I said somewhere else. What do you do when it happens? Okay, if you've seen any of the Cecil B. DeMille movies like The Ten Commandments, you've seen scenes of the burning bush. Or some of the other movies where somebody appears or the voice comes or whatever. And I know some people have gone through a phase in their life and they wonder why that hasn't happened for them. And there are a few people who think, or at least they say, that it has. Three categories. No way. Not probable. We'll see. What do I mean? No way. When? Oh, there was a story I read in the annals of the U.S. Secret Service where a sharecropper heard a voice telling him that he was going to be the President of the United States. He was going to be the next President of the United States, so he proceeded to go to Washington and walked over to the White House and said, "Here I am." Well, the Secret Service said, "Who are you?" I'm not going to go into the TV preachers who say that God told them something. I'll leave them to themselves. And then there's the not probablys. That somebody's going to be the next pope or something like that. And then we'll see. And this is the group from where the richest harvest comes from. Because it's what you're being shown or told is not impossible. It may seem now as being not very probable, but we'll have to see. And you look to the details of what you're being shown. Do the details match with known details? You see somebody. You see somebody looking like a monk in a robe. What kind of a robe? And what kind of monks wear those kind of robes? Or any of a number of possibilities like that. You see somebody saying a prayer. Well, what prayer was it? You see a building. Do you recognize it? Is there a way to find out what building that is? All kinds of interesting possibilities. And so you ask questions. There are those who would say, stand on faith and move forward. And you've heard me talk about people quoting slogans on the deck of a sinking ship, too. But I will say, prepare just in case it does. And one other thing. Who do you trust? Well, that's something that you're going to have to decide. I can tell you this. There are people that you think you can trust who may turn on you. There may be people that you don't know that you can trust who turn out to be the ones you can. And I do know that if you know somebody who's looking for somebody to trust something like this with, you can make yourself a great friend. And perhaps be part of something major for all you know. I'm asking more questions than I'm offering answers. But at least I'm asking questions in the directions of the answers. And if you're faced with this, then that's something that you need to do too. But I'm sure glad to have a sense of direction. Blessed be, I'll see you next week. And this weekend. Blessed be. This has been a presentation of the Wise Ones Net. Merry part and blessed be.